Thought we were consistent. I thought for the most part we were solid. And we especially did things that we intended to do going into the game. We talked about before the game we needed to take away their threes. And we talked about getting a double team on Jonathan Williams III whenever he got it in any kind of a post-up area and having effective rotations. And I thought the double team helped take him out of the game and make him not as much of a factor as he can be, because he's a really, really good player. And I thought we did a very good job of defending the three-point line and taking away their attempts and also affecting them when they did get some shots. So did a great job on the boards, particularly in the second half. And we made shots. Everything looks better when you make shots. But I liked how our team played today, and we feel good about this win.
How'd you do too in terms of adjusting to what they did, like where they were double teaming Damian in the first half and then not in the second half and taking advantage?
First possession of the second half, we set up a play to deal with the double team, and they didn't come. And I don't know if you remember, but Damian missed a jump hook right there in front of our bench. And so the next time we threw it into him, they didn't come. So then we knew they weren't doubling, and then we just tried to keep throwing it to him. And he made some really good plays in the second half. I didn't particularly like how he started the game, but I liked how he played in the second half. But again, you know, we had a bunch of guys make shots. Matt made them early. He got us going, got us off to a good start. Luke made some, Wade made some, Riley, of course. So it was just a good, solid effort. We took care of the ball for the most part. We had a few turnovers in the second half, but again, I just liked how we were methodical and pretty workmanlike in what we tried to do.
On that point, does it seem like this team is at its best when this guy steps up and the next guy steps up, and there wasn't really a lull and everybody kind of had their own pockets in the game?
Well, I think that it takes more than one or two guys. You know, generally speaking, we feel like this season we've been able to count on Damian. We feel like we've been able to count on Riley. When Matt comes out making them, then that gives us a third guy, and then Luke jumps into the party and Wade jumps in, and so now it's hard to go double team Damian because there's too many guys making shots. So it was nice to have Shelton back. He certainly wasn't his best, but after being out for a couple of weeks, we didn't expect him to be, and it was nice to kind of start working him back in. Hopefully we'll get Jeff back here soon.
Does it bother you that Fisher Davis stopped scoring after having such a fast start? Or
yeah, I mean, consistency is something that we really talk to him about a lot, but I will say this: he stopped scoring, but he didn't stop playing. He didn't stop playing defense. He didn't stop playing hard. And one of his big focuses was he was guarding a guy that is an excellent offensive rebounder. And we talked about it before the game. We talked about it in the scouting report. And the guy got him right at the end, right before I took him out. And he was mad about that because it was the only offensive rebound that he gave up. So he continued to play both ends. And he's a good shooter. I mean, when he's open, he needs to shoot the ball, whether he's making them or whether he's not. We don't want anybody taking bad shots, but he's a guy that can really shoot.
It seemed like Riley, more of the offense was running through Riley, playing the point a little bit. Wade seemed to go to the off guard. Was that in?
No, that was there were a few things that we do where we start the ball with Riley, where he might initiate a particular set or sets, but. And then Riley, probably the reason you think that's because Riley had 9 defensive rebounds. And when Riley gets a rebound, he's just as likely to push it himself as he is to pass it. And so, you know, what a great thing for a guy like Riley to come down and get 9 rebounds for us. And then he just takes it on the break. He doesn't have to, you know, he and Wade are both primary ball handlers. And so if Riley's got it, then Wade can run the other spot.
You got 4 days in between games now. You're able to get guys to the bench early. Did that help you in terms of getting ready for the next game, that maybe you'll be a little fresher than you've been in a while?
You know, these guys have been, the only time that I have felt like we were real fatigued was I thought we were tired. I thought we were a little bit tired at Alabama to start the game. I thought we came out of it. And there was one other game early in the season, I don't want to say which one it was, that our guys talked about feeling a little fatigued during the game. For the most part, we've been pretty good on their legs and shortening practice and that kind of thing. So certainly we should recover, but so should Tennessee. They play today, and they've got the same amount of time. So it's a lot of times it's relative to who you're playing. Now, the bigger difference is what happens on Saturday, because Alabama plays Tuesday and we play Thursday. That turnaround is much more difficult for us and much more advantageous to them than anything. I mean, there's no advantage gained for us on Thursday's game. And so that one will be a little bit more of a challenge.
Kevin, did you feel as happy with the shot selection of Hawaii looks as you've been in a while?
I liked it when they started going in. It's nice to see them go in, and it was good to see Matt get off to such a good start. And the first one he missed, he shot an air ball because he took a bad shot. But again, you look down, and Riley only goes 1 for 5, and yet we go 10 for 24. So that's a really good thing for us. But I thought our shot selection was good. We took care of the ball. Like I said, I didn't have many things to complain about, really. I thought our defense was solid. Rebounding was good. So we played hard and consistently throughout, and that's what we were. We talked about growth. We talked about growth before the game. Can we start well? Can we finish well? And maybe we took a step forward. I don't know. We'll see.
Any more for Coach? Okay. Thank you.
All right. You'll have a nice